Hey everyone, so for today's video I wanted to jump on here and give you guys a quick first impressions video of a couple of blushes from M Cosmetics. They actually sent these to me. I actually reached out to them and was like, hey, can I get these blushes? Because I had a feeling that you guys would be super interested in these blushes because the whole idea behind this launch is really interesting to me. It's kind of combining skincare and makeup. And you guys also know that I am doing a 1 week of cream blushes, and I wanted to jump on here and give you guys those dates. So this video is kind of an announcement as well. So before we jumped into this video, I wanted to give you guys a quick update on that. If you guys haven't already heard, I am trying out a new cream blush every day and posting a review every single day for an entire week. And those videos will start on August 1st and go through August 7th. So definitely make sure to subscribe if you guys want to see those videos. There are so many awesome videos coming out from that. And I will leave my announcement link down below because I gave you guys a sneak preview into what ones I will be reviewing. So that's everything with that. Definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you are excited about it. And I hope you'll subscribe again and check out some of my other videos and those upcoming ones. So with all of that, we will jump right in. These just launched, I think yesterday when I am filming this. And these are Color Drops Serum blushes, like I mentioned before, and they come in 4 shades. I have all 4 shades. There's Rose Milk, Sunset Sky, Soft Amethyst, and Pink Nectar. I will insert swatches so you guys can get an idea of what the colors look like. I was immediately drawn to Sunset Sky because I have been really loving like a really bright coral red sort of blush. It gives you that sort of sunburnt look that I really like in the summer without having to tan. But I wore Rose Milk today. I don't have it on yet because I wanted to try out some other colors for the demo of this video. But I wore Rose Milk today, and this is the exact shade that I flush naturally. So it made for a super natural effect when I was wearing it throughout the day. These retail for $25 and you get 0.34 ounces. So one thing I really liked about this launch is that it actually includes skincare ingredients in the actual product. So there's squalane in here, vitamin E, as well as hyaluronic acid. And so those are all 3 ingredients that I'm very familiar with and I know my skin really loves. I was actually interested in seeing how the texture was going to be with all of these hydrating ingredients. It's a very interesting texture and it's really unlike any one that I've ever used. It comes in this really beautiful glass dropper bottle. You just pump this up 3 or 4 times and then you can dispense the product out with this dropper. But I'm telling you, the texture is very thin and liquidy, but it has a silkiness to it that I think is really pleasant to apply to the skin. And it's probably from those skincare ingredients or some of the other emulsifiers, but it doesn't feel like very oily. I was kind of worried about with the different oils that this was going to be very oily and kind of break up the makeup on my skin. I actually had issues with the Milk Makeup Glow Oil Stick kind of breaking up the makeup under it. I did not have issues with that, spoiler alert, earlier today. It feels very silky and it really glides easily onto the skin. So let's zoom you guys in closer and we will try some other colors out and you guys can see for yourself how it applies to the skin. Okay, so like I mentioned before, I've already tried out the shade Rose Milk. So I'm going in with a little bit of this coral shade. I think it's Sunset Sky. Is that right? Did I just make that up? No, it's Sunset Sky. I'm gonna go in with just a little bit because I'm not sure how pigmented this is. So let's just start blending this in. Oh yeah, so this one's a little bit more pigmented than the Rose Milk shade. Oh my gosh. I knew I was gonna like this shade because, like I mentioned earlier, I've been really liking like that sunburnt sort of look on my cheeks. This is really pretty. You do not need a lot with this shade. That's how that looks blended out. It immediately gave me the look like I had been at the beach. So I'm really liking this color. And the way it blends out is very seamlessly. Like I mentioned before, it has a very lightweight, sort of silky texture. I actually kind of want to try Pink Nectar on its own because the shade looks really, really pretty to me. Just gonna get a little bit on my fingers again. I'm not using that much at all because I can always build this up. Just apply. Oh, wow. This is, I might like this more than the coral shade. This one is slightly more suited for my skin tone. I think it's like the slightest bit less pigmented than the last shade was. I don't know if you can tell, but it just looks like skin. There's nothing about this that looks heavy at all. It just looks very fresh. And it's not overly dewy. That's something I was kind of worried about. Let's kind of do a little bit of mixing. I want to put a little bit of rose milk on top of the coral shade. This is the one I tried out today and really, really liked. This is like a perfect everyday blush shade. And then why not? Let's try the soft amethyst over here with Pink Nectar. Oh, that's really pretty. If you want like a berry flush, that's really, really nice. I'm gonna put a little bit on the bridge of my nose. I like applying blush there. So right now, I think one thing that's kind of blowing my mind about these is that it just looks like skin. I think the consistency of this product and the way it looks on the skin, I think that is what kind of sets this product apart and makes it unique. Yeah, so honestly, I really, really, really like this. And I liked it this morning, but I wanted to try it again before I threw up a first impressions. Right off the bat, I think that this product is perfect for those of you that like wearing blush, but like it to look as skin-like as possible. I think sometimes it can be really difficult to find a good cream blush that isn't waxy and one that won't disrupt the foundation under it. That's why I wanted to do 1 week of cream blushes in general, because there's so many cream blushes out there and I just feel like it can be difficult to find one that suits you and every time and place. I feel like in the past they've got a really bad rap as well. So I would say one thing that I've noticed is between colors, I think the pigment is a little bit different. So I think the pigment is a lot more sheer with the rose milk shade. So I think that's what makes this one of my favorites. I really like that it is so quick and so easy to just apply to the cheeks and be out the door. There's something really, really special about this shade. But then when you went to something like the Sunset Sky, this one is definitely a little bit more bright and pigmented. Another thing about the way that it applies, the fingers are really the way to go in my opinion. It kind of pats the product in perfectly into the skin. And I'm gonna say this again, I'm really, really impressed with the fact that there's just no lines. There's no visible lines when you're using this product. It really meshes well into the skin and looks incredibly skin-like. The finish of it, to me, it's not overly dewy. It just gives you a really pretty flush with that subtle sheen. Earlier today, I did wear the rose milk shade for 8 hours and I noticed that it really wore well. It kind of just blended out into my skin in the way that I like my makeup to wear. It really just looks very natural when it wears. So just to kind of recap everything, I really like this launch for a few reasons. One, I really like the texture of this product. I think the texture is #1 for me when reviewing this product today. I am really blown away by it. I feel like it's very unique. It's definitely a serum. It truly is a serum-like consistency, and it goes on the skin very lightweight. It's sometimes difficult with cream blushes when they feel like they're sitting on top of the skin or feel heavy. This product doesn't feel heavy whatsoever, and It doesn't feel heavy and it doesn't look heavy. It's kind of that perfect skin flattering texture once it's actually blended out onto the skin. And it's just one of those blushes that makes you feel good. It makes you feel fresh and healthy, and not that, oh, I'm wearing a lot of blush look. It's just kind of like, I'm just extra blushy today. It's just that slightly more amped up version of what you already have, which if you're new to my channel, that's like, that means I like a product. I like when it's just enhancing what I already have. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video and it was helpful. Definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and definitely make sure to subscribe, of course. Remember to check back in for my 1 week of cream blushes. It's starting 8/11, August 11th, and we'll go for an entire week. So with all of that, I hope you guys are having a good one, and I will see you in my next one.